Hey, what's going on, you guys? Today I'm gonna try something a little different. I'm gonna try to show you guys my drift tune for my Nissan Silva Spec R 2000. Oh wait, I'm already in this car. So let's go to upgrades, and first I'm going to start off with the conversion. For the engine swap, I believe I got the 2J swap, and the drivetrain is still rear-wheel drive. Body kit is obviously the Rocket Bunny one. Let's do this. Appearance, I don't really think this matters, but I just do this for cosmetic purposes. And then this is one of the most important parts when well, first of all, I like to point out that I'm going to be doing all this drifting on a wheel, so it may be different for people who are using their controllers. To start off with, the compound of the wheel is going to be street tires. And the front width is very important because for some reason the wide body kits, they sort of offset the wheels if they're small, if they're like stock, or if they're any of these small ones. So they kind of offset them. So what I've done is actually put on bigger tires for the front. And for the rear, I've actually put the stock tires. Now, just to give you more information, I tried doing the same type of tires for the front and the rear, and for some reason it just doesn't feel right when you're on the wheel, especially if you're going 900 degrees of rotation. It just doesn't grip up on the pavement whenever you guys are trying to counter steer. It feels like one of the tires are off the ground and it's not making contact with the tires. And for the type of rim, it could be any type. The size of the rims, I prefer 16s, or pretty much the lowest tire rim for front and back. Now let's do drivetrain. The clutch, I believe everything here is race clutch, race transmission, race driveline, and race differential. That's the most important one, race differential. And brakes, I think everything is race here too. Yeah, race springs. I know those are both race. And then you got the race chassis and race weight reduction. Now I think everything here is race, so I'm not gonna click on everything and go on race. I know this is race, this is race, this is race. Yep, this is race. And I believe the only thing that's not race is I only put sport twin turbos on these, because I'm afraid to go for the race twin turbos because it's just gonna give too much power, way too much power, and I won't be my sweet spot for my gears is in third gear, and that's where I feel like I get the most power. So okay, now to show you guys my tune. Tires, front just a little bit more PSI than the rear. The gearing is pretty much this. I never touched the first, second, third, or any of these. I just moved the final drive. For alignment, this is what I have. For the front, since the tire width is so big and so large, since it's so wide, I try to put more camber on it. And for the rear, since it's so thin compared to the front tires, then I don't put too much camber on them. Now for toe, I don't put any toe, and the logic behind that is you want both of your front and rear tires, you want them to be aligned when you counter steer and when you start to initiate, because if you have one or the other that's not aligned with one another, then it just doesn't make sense to have them that not pointing the same way. Pretty much you want them to be pretty much pointing the same way when you're in drift. And I don't really touch anything when it comes to anti-roll bars. Springs, I try to keep them high. The front is a little bit higher than the rear, and just basically drop your ride. Damping, I believe I left everything here stock. Aero, I didn't have anything. And for brake, some people might disagree with me on this one. I put a lot of brake towards the rear because it helps me get some stop. Like pretend I'm in mid drift and I know I'm gonna hit a wall or something, then I just very lightly tap on the brake, and I will be able to sort of like stop or slow myself down if I know I'm gonna hit something. And for differential, I put everything at 100% because you want everything rolling and stopping at the same time, or decelerating and accelerating at like the same pace. I think that's pretty much. And for my paint, I actually got this from a content creator. It was 80 Shadow Blade. So give him a shout out because this is not my design. This is his design. So I found this really cool parking lot.
This is a Chicken production. production.